LEGO is a fascinating brand. Its origins as wooden toys are approaching almost a century in age now, but the modern LEGO as we know it really started accelerating in the late 80s and the early 90s when LEGO became a household brand of a children's buildable toys that parents could buy for their children's friend's birthday party that they forgot or, God forbid, their own. And without fail, LEGO would never be the worst gift of the bunch. And since then, LEGO has grown into a multi-billion-dollar empire that nowadays honestly feels like it's entirely funded by adult fans of LEGOs, or AFOLs, on a never-ending quest to keep a lot of these licensed has-been properties such as Star Wars and Marvel afloat. The LEGO video games have largely followed suit, targeting younger children with the likes of a bunch of rehashed storylines from Star Wars, Harry Potter, and other big-budget Hollywood movies. I remember playing LEGO Island and at one point having a freak out as a child because there was something buggy about it or there was some sort of glitch that just didn't allow me to progress. Anyway, so along comes LEGO Voyagers, or LEGO for over-the-hill millennials as I like to describe it, almost out of nowhere and with pretty little fanfare, and it's a return to an original LEGO theme rather than being a licensed property. Now, apparently a few years ago, the developer Lightbrick Studio created LEGO Builder's Journey, which I honestly had never heard of before playing this game. Maybe someday I'll get to playing it, but that game looks very graphically similar to this one. Now, having been a LEGO maniac myself many years ago, I appreciated how this game tried to appeal to an older fan base by invoking a sense of imagination within the environment and its denizens. For example, the crabs in the game are not dedicated or specialized pieces, but rather a 1x2 plate modified with 2 U-clips, or part number 60470 if you're interested. So playing through the game, I definitely felt like it had this childlike sense of mirth thing going on without it being too infantile. So getting to this game, LEGO Voyagers is a co-op game featuring puzzle and platforming elements, and, well, honestly, that's just about it, really. The core gameplay of LEGO Voyagers is exactly what you would expect from a small LEGO game. You and your partner build bridges with LEGO pieces, you assemble these miniature vehicles and surpass obstacles, all of that sort of thing. And the environments, as I mentioned a few moments ago, they range from these jungle and foresty areas to later these inorganic rock cliff sides, and even later still some industrial settings. But I will say that overall the color palette is all very samey otherwise, and it kind of looks dull after the first hour or so. There's also a simple and somewhat somber storyline underlying the game here that is best left without spoilers, but it's all told non-verbally, which is a nice change of pace. LEGO Voyagers was published by Annapurna Interactive, who kind of quietly flies under the radar as this pseudo-indie publisher, although their funding belies their true status, but I keep digressing. I mean, the truth is that many of these co-op games play and feel all pretty similar to one another. The difference here is that Voyagers is shorter and more expensive than other games of a similar caliber because you're paying for a premium for the IP itself. That said, this game is fun to play with another person, whether that's in one marathon session or in shorter blocks overall. So LEGO Voyagers is a good, cozy co-op game that I think is overall good, fine, but a full playthrough of this game is not going to command more than about 8 hours unless you or your partner are really struggling with the puzzles, which are not especially demanding, except the final group, which do require some precise controls. And this game is priced anywhere between $20 and $25 depending on sales, and with this game having maybe slightly better than average replayability, the value here ultimately is just about what I would expect from a LEGO game. Not doing anything particularly amazing or groundbreaking for a co-op adventure, but hardly being offensive or a waste of time to play, LEGO Voyagers earns a solid B. Red, blue, Voyagers, blast off at the speed of light.